Well, Konnichiwa, good morning to you all. So I will now make my review for Bleach chapter 540, the Sword 5. So this chapter starts when the last one ended, and it is a chapter that was all spent on Nimaya reforging the Zanpakuto for Ishigo, and right at the start of the chapter, Nimaya kinda calls his aides, and then five girls came flying, and then they beat the crap out of Nimaya, and that's okay. It's funny, and I liked it. So then he actually starts the reforging process, and besides Mare that we already knew, and this girl is kind of the one that kind of lifts the fire for the forge. Nimai also disintegrates the Azawushi body, like it appeared with the mask and so on, and make it. It appears that he turned it into some kind of material that he began working on it. And we also learned the name of two other of the aides of Nimaya. One of the girls is called Sato and the other is called Toki. And then Nimaya begins the reforging process, and he's at the same time he's speaking with Ishigo, and he is kinda telling him that his Zanpakuto it's is hollow because the whites, and Nimaya calls them whites in the plural. So, well, we already knew it that the white that attacked Mazaki was the first experiment. All the other artificial hollows that Aizen and his group later on did apparently are the same as the white that attacked Mazaki, and basically the composition of these hollows, besides the Shinigami souls, they are kinda the same as the Azawushis that Nimaya has or possess. And then Nimaya kinda explains more in again the process, and he says that these hollows enter inside you and they merge with your Shinigami powers, and during this process they will become your Zanpakuto. Um, and he also says that Zangetsu was always pretending to be the Zanpakuto of Ishigo till today. Um, and Ishigo is kinda astonished by that affirmation of Nimaya, and Nimaya kinda asks him because Ishigo kinda sees Zangetsu or has a vision with Zangetsu, and Nimaya kinda asks him if Ishigo knew the man. And Ishigo says, "Yeah, I know it is Zangetsu," and Nimaya says it's wrong. Uh, that that's wrong, and he needs to take a closer look. And he says that you should actually be able to see him with your own eyes. And Ishigo looks closer, and it's yeah, Juabach. Uh, and then Nimai explains that Zangetsu, the form of Zangetsu that Ishigo sees, is not his blade or his Zanpakuto. And I kinda do not understand the following sentence. And the Quincy's powers that lies inside you, 3 points. Uh, he did not complete the sentence. Um, and then Nimaya kinda says that the form or the image that Ishigo thinks is Zangetsu is basically the appearance of Juabach 1000 years ago. Uh, So this chapter was, let's call it what the fuck I just read chapter in a good way. Because, well, yes, we have the first initial pages of comedy inside Nimaya's place and so on. Yeah, okay, nice, nice. It did not, I do not dislike it. But now, and I guess this video will drag a little longer because I need to develop these ideas a little longer. So sorry for letting a smoke. So because this will take some time. So, well, first Nimai explains what we already knew it, that white is in fact, besides being part of Ishigo's soul, white is actually his Zanpakuto. But, and I think that there is some contradiction in here, because at the start of the manga, when Ishigo dived in his inner world, kinda Zangetsu and White were struggling to see who will become the most prominent inside Ishigo's soul. And they even merged together when he learned Final Getsuga Tenshu. So something, some information is missing, or Kubo simply forgot it. Because if you think closely, this does not make much sense. Because this means that Ishigo was fighting all this time until now with his Quincy powers, in a form of Shinigami powers. But Ishigo did use Getsuga Tensho. We also see Ishin using Getsuga Tensho. So Getsuga Tensho, I assume, is a Shinigami ability. So I'm kinda lost there. You get it? But if this implies that Ishigo was always fighting with his Shinigami powers, disguised as Shinigami powers, could that be the meaning behind it? And yes, I remember that some time ago, when Juabach appeared, I remember, in the least one video, now I remember, I don't remember the name of the reviewer, but I remember that or it was in a forum, in a discussion I was involved. No, I don't remember exactly how, but I think that I already read something or watched something questioning why Zangetsu is so similar to Juabach after his appearance. That idea kinda returned to my mind now. So this chapter implies that part of Juabach power is sealed or was sealed inside Ishigo, and if this chapter implies that Those that means that was the reason why Masaki family was important, because they were kind of the vessel to have Jua sealed. Um, well, I'm just now thinking and trying to relate all the stuff. So, I think that from this chapter it appears that Ishigo was always using Missy powers, but that don't make any sense. So if you have your own ideas or theories or thoughts, please help me try to figure this out on the comments below. Um, and also, yes, we have the explanation about the whites. Uh, it kind of confirms what we already knew it, but in another way, yes. So this also implies that the Olo inside Ishigo was actually his Zanpakuto, or his true form of his Zanpakuto, that was overthrown by the Quincy powers of Ishigo. Hmm. Actually, this chapter brings more doubts than answers, honestly. So, I'm kinda lost. I'm kinda lost in there because I'm trying to struggle to understand all the meanings behind all the stuff that happened in this chapter. So, um, well, I call it for here. After all, I will try to watch several videos and see other points of view, and then when I will make my predictions or discussion video for next week, I will elaborate it in further. Um, I will develop my ideas further because I do actually need some time to think and watch what others think, and also if you want to make your opinions or your ideas on this chapter, or your own interpretations of this chapter, or what do you think this chapter implies, and you want to kinda share your opinions with me, please post it at will on the comments below, and kinda in a way help me try to figure this out. Um, well, for a final resume of this chapter, basically this chapter was about the reforging process of Zangetsu. We have the revelation that Nimai actually has 5 girls that help him as their aides in his place. And we learn that Zangetsu, it's not the true Zanpakuto of Ishigo, but the true Zanpakuto of Ishigo apparently is Olo, and that apparently the Quincy powers of Ishigo kinda disguise themselves as Shinigami powers, and apparently that were the powers that Ishigo was using until today. Uh, roughly the resume of this chapter is this one. So like I say before, this chapter actually brings more questions than answers to the plot. And what are the meaning of this? So um, this is my review for Bleach 540. Hope you enjoy, and hope you also help me try to figure this out on the comments below. So stay well, peace, see you soon.